In this video, we will create a program for guess game in which computer will think of a number and the user will try to guess it. How it will work is that the computer will think of a number, let's say 68. If the user enters 42, which is less than 68, then the computer will display a message that no, your number is less than my number. On the other hand, if the user enters any number above 68, then the computer will print that no, your guess number is greater than my number. At last, if the entered number is exact same number as the random number by computer, then it will print that congratulations, you entered correct number in the number of tries. Now let's see the strategy of this program. First of all, the computer will decide a number between 1 and 100. Then it will ask user to enter a guessed number. If the user number is less than the computer number, then it will tell user that your number is less than my number. If the number entered by user is greater than the computer number, then it will print that your guess number is greater than my number. And the last, if the user number is exact same as the computer number, then it will print congratulations. I hope you understood the concept well. Now let's dive into the program and code it. First of all, we will import the libraries we need, and the number one library is by default IOStream, which is required for every program, and the second is include IO manip. Alright. Now, first of all, we will write strand time 0. You should learn this one line for every single random number generation program. What it does is that every single time you run the program now, you will most likely get a random number. After that, we will create a variable with random num, alright, and then we will assign it that random function modulus 100 plus 1. We can also write it down. Okay, so what it does is that there will be a random number, any random number, which will be so long, okay, and it will take its modulus with 100 and then adds 1 to it. So let me explain you what it does. Let's say that we got any large number like that 34.8 million whatever, and if we take its modulus with 100 now, then we will get the last two digits. See, we got 27 in this case because the last two digits were 27. Apart from that, if we write 44 at the end and take its modulus with 100, we would get 44. And same goes with if we put double zero at the end and take its modulus with 100, then we would get 0. But according to our program, we want computer to generate numbers from 1 to 100, like in between them, not 0 or 101 or something. So that's why we put this plus 1. Means that you would always get numbers between 1 and 100. Now let's create a variable for user input also. First of all, let's initialize it better. We would say that user input is equal to -1. Okay, then we will write while loop, that while user input is not equal to random number, like as long as this condition is true, that these both numbers are not equal, then first of all you write cout enter a guess number, and then we will see in user input, and after that we will put our if conditions which we saw earlier. And first was that if the user input is less than random number, then just see out that see out your guess number is less than my number, and then we will put end line at the end. Now same way we will put else if user input is greater than random number, then we will see out that your guessed number is greater than my number, and then again we will put an end line at the end. And the last would be that else. Now
Like,
if the user number is not less than the random number or not greater than the random number, then there is only one chance left that these both numbers are equal, and it will come in the else case. We will write cout you entered correct number. And we can also say that cout my number was, and then we can put random number. All right. So that's like, our basic program. You can see. Now let's try to run it. See, it is asking us for any random number. Let's write 40. Now it's saying that your guess number is greater than my number. Let's write 20. It's saying less than my number. Let's write 33. Greater. Let's write 28. Alright. What about 30? Hmm. Then either 31 left or 32 left. Because like 33 is greater than its number and 30 is less than its number. Let's write 31. No. Then it means that it is 32. See, it wrote you entered correct number. My number was 32. Now we can also do number of tries. Like we will put a variable that tries is equal to 0. Okay, and tries plus plus. And here we can edit that tries. It is like basic editing in the code. First of all, we just initialized a variable of tries, and then like while taking the input we just incremented tries by 1. This also means the same as tries is equal to tries plus 1, so don't get confused by that. And at the end, if the numbers are same, then we just wrote that you entered correct number in, and then we wrote the variable of tries, and then we just displayed the message of tries. Now let's try to run it and see if our code works. Let's go by 80. Okay, what about 30? Still greater. What about 15? Oh my god. I guess the correct number in 3 tries. That's pretty fast. See, it showed that you entered correct number in 3 tries, and his number was 25 oh, 15. And my number was 15 as well in the third try. Now, I hope you understood this well. If you have any question, then surely comment. And now we will focus on some extra things that you can do with this code. First of all, we can write this else out. I will tell you. Like we just cut from here and outside the while loop, we just see out these two things and we delete this else. Because according to our while loop, we said that as long as these both numbers are not equal, we should run this code. But as we know that when these both numbers will be equal, means that when the user enters the same random number which is decided by the computer, then this while loop will terminate and the control will come on these two lines and these two lines will run. We can try to check it. Let's say 50. Right. See, now when my number came the same as the number by the computer, which is 14. Then the while loop terminated and the code came out of the while loop. And then, these two lines got printed. Okay. Another thing you can do with this code is that you can specify the range of the random number. Means that this is from 1 to 100, right? In between them. But we can change it and we can do it by making two variables first of all, which will be starting and ending range. Start and okay, then we will see out enter starting range and then we will see in this variable. After that we will see out enter ending range and after that we will see and in this code you can see that this is the ending range with the modulus and after that we will add the starting range. So we will do the same here. We will first of all enter the ending range and then we will put the starting range here. And also we will put this in brackets. Alright. And the rest of code will be same. So let's try to run it. Now let's say that we want between 500 and 1000. Let's try to guess 740 greater. Let's try to guess 600. Still greater. What about 570? Less 590? No. 580? No. 577? Oh, yes. See, it started from 500 to 1000, and in between that, it selected any random number, which was 577. And you can play with this and try any range and try negative also. It will surely work. and and more extra things you can do is that you can put this code in the function. So let's try to make a function void guess game and in it we will get the starting and ending range. Start and right, and then let's copy from here and paste it here and random number. We don't need this variable here. Now let's call the function guess game with the start and end. And now let's try to run it. Okay, I will choose small range between 1 and 5. So let's try to guess 3 greater 2. Oh, 1. So see, I guessed in 3 tries, but it's working. You can choose any range. Now we saw this program, this game in functions as well. I guess that's it. I hope you understood the concept of this video, the logic of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed coding it as well.